Japan and Italy in the Tokyo Dome. The winner heads to Miami in the semifinals at the World Baseball Classic. Shohei Ohtani's first pitch is a strike, and we're playing ball.
Shohei Ohtani's second start here in the World Baseball Classic. First one against China. He was terrific. Threw a lot of strikes, filled the zone against a very inexperienced team, but only threw 2 splitters, he told me. And today starts with a slider. He used a cutter, power fastball, and his average fastball last season in the big leagues, 97.3. That was up last time out here against China.
Above 98 with the fastball for Ohtani against China. Yanks that one, so the count even. 1-1 on the leadoff batter, the left fielder, Sal Frelick.
Very simple on discounting for Shohei Ohtani is power pitcher that fills the zone with pretty much every single pitch, and increase in pitch variety, perhaps more splitters tonight, could be in order.
Frelick, the number 2 prospect in the Milwaukee Brewers system, 22 years old. Swings through strike 2. He is 7 for 18 thus far for Team Italy. 3 doubles, has not struck out yet.
There's a slider, and then there's a harder slider and a cutter.
His first strikeout of the tournament. Ohtani's first strikeout of the night. Mike Piazza's lineup, led off by Frelick, the scorching hot Nicky Lopez. A few spots in front of his Kansas City Royals teammate and first baseman, Vinny Pasquantino. This lineup has not produced a home run yet in the tournament, but they have produced enough to get to the quarterfinals. At the bottom of the order, Shohei Ohtani's Angels teammate and very good friend, David Fletcher. And now for those who have not yet watched a game at the Tokyo Dome, they'll get to experience the silence that comes when Japan is out in the field. Ground ball. Murakami makes a nice pick there at third base. 2 down.
Defensively for Shohei Ohtani, solid around the outfield with some speed and coverage from Yoshida. Lars Snooper has been brilliant in center field with his coverage and range. Kondo in right. Got Murakami third, Genda short. Maki at second, Okamoto at first, and Kai with a big arm behind home plate.
Here's Dominic Fletcher, David's brother, 25-year-old in the Arizona Diamondback system. Watches ball 1, 100 miles per hour, draws the oohs and ahs. Say it is special, weird, almost eerie, isn't it? It doesn't, and that doesn't change no matter how many times we've experienced it now.
And after the first 100 miles per hour fastball, it gets quieter. And boy, he's got the grunt going tonight.
He's fallen behind Fletcher. We got a nice ovation during the pregame introductions. I think a lot of fans thought it was David Fletcher. Count full, or they just appreciate the general aesthetic of Dominic Fletcher.
He doesn't appreciate this.
No.
Stouts outside, darts in, right into the corner, not to the middle of the plate.
3-2, sawed off, and Trouble gets down in center field. So a 2-out knock for Dominic Fletcher. They don't ask how hard.
And this is what they do. Play pepper, put the ball in play. And don't give away at bats. Now, the slider starts in a different lane, different slot. Closer to the eyes of Fletcher. He's able to just get enough wood on it. That might be it for the Fletchers, though. His good buddy is batting ninth. He might just take care of that and pay back with him, his buddy.
Ohtani only gave up 1 hit in 4 total innings in the opener against China. Italy's got a knock here in the first. Here's Brett Sullivan, the catcher. He fouls one back. Just turned 29 at the end of February. Currently in the San Diego Padres organization, and I had a conversation with Brett on the field pregame. He said, can't help but notice that nobody is giving us a chance, not just to win this game. Nobody thinks we're going to be able to hit them. But why not? Ground ball. Second base, Maki to Okamura. No, the 2-out base hit doesn't hurt Ohtani. He's due up third. Take in the scenes at the Tokyo Dome before the bottom of the first inning. Japan and Italy in a World Baseball Classic quarterfinal. Hideki Kuriyama making a change in his starting lineup. Masataka Yoshida has been scorching hot, the left fielder, so he moves into the cleanup spot, jumping in front of Munetaka Murakami. But the top of the order, Jose Mota, has been setting the table between Nootbaar and Kondo in front of Ohtani. Here's the right-hander, Ryan Castellani. 26 years old, last year in AAA with Las Vegas for most of the year. Signed with the Kansas City Monarchs in the American Association Partner League. Count 1-1 to the St. Louis Cardinals outfielder who has become an international sensation in a hurry. It's a big hack, swings through, strike 2.
It's the first time we've seen this type of defense put against Lars Nootbaar. Mike Piazza and his coaches, to whom he is happily delegated, have all the information.
Pokes it out in the left field. A leadoff base hit. Goodness, has Lars Nootbaar ever been setting a tone for Samurai Japan?
He has been embraced for a reason. He has the right personality, demeanor, just an outstanding piece of hitting. We're talking about shifting. How about this? That's how you get it done. He has been an on-base machine for Samurai Japan. Ryan Castellani, he's got to steal some strikes early with that slider, which he can control and is his best pitch, actually, and he can take something off of it. Velocity, separation against a team that slugs the way Japan does, it's a must, especially between his fastball, 92-93. He can touch 96, but he'll live 92-93, and that change of sliders needs some separation and differential.
The Italian staff for Mike Piazza will not have Matt Harvey available for this game because of his work in the finale of Pool A. 1-0 to Kondo. 2 balls, no strikes. But Piazza, harkening back to Tommy Lasorda, he said, Tommy would always say, you win today before you worry about tomorrow. So for the last game in Italy, against the Netherlands in Taichung, they had to ride him just to get to here. A 4-pitch walk for Kondo. And Nootbaar told us, I don't want the work that Kondo has done to get lost between me and Shohei. Really trying to shine a spotlight on the number 2 batter, who gets on again in front of his former teammate in NPB, Shohei Ohtani.
What a classic it has been for Shohei Ohtani. Homer and 3 doubles. He's hitting 500. You know, we talked about it in the open. I mean, Steven, it's one thing to do it, fighting and grinding through, but doing it with a smile, with what's on his shoulders, is absolutely fantastic.
We've had the discussion multiple times, and we'll have it again. For all the tools that he has as a baseball player, and he's got all of them, and maybe a couple extra. His greatest one is his ability to manage every moment between the ears and in the heartbeat. 2 aboard, nobody out, bottom of the first.
He's not getting cheated. Castellini going right after him.
Ohtani with a rocket, caught right behind the bag.
And Mike Piazza and his coaches wanted the shift, and they have just gained themselves a huge out, at least a run saved, by doing this. Right man up the middle, and Nicky Lopez, who has a lot of experience playing that way.
It was 115.4 off the bat by Ohtani. But Lopez was there. So now 1 down. Ball 1 to Masataka Yoshida. He's tied with the Japan team lead for most runs driven in with 8 in this tournament. In the air, foul territory, left side. David Fletcher makes the play. Well tracked.
He can cover some ground. That's Fletcher at third. Nicky Lopez a short. Outstanding play by both already. Mastrobuoni at second. Fox Onstino at first. Sullivan, the veteran, behind the plate. And then Frelick, Deluzio, and Dominic Fletcher cover the outfield. Athletic, quick, and also I've been noticing quick to adjust with the pitches.
Castellani now has to contend with the reigning MVP in NPB, Munetaka Murakami, the third baseman who has really struggled through 4 games at this World Baseball Classic. He takes a strike, just 2 for 14. He has walked 5 times and struck out 7 times. This is a guy who slugged 56 home runs last year, a new record. A Japanese-born player in NPB.
I've had a chance to speak with his manager today, Hideki Kuriyama, and something he shared with me, Steve, was he goes, thinking too much. I'm going to move him down because his personality is just that. He says, so I'm going to be watching his swings in batting practice, but I just don't want him to think too much. He's too talented.
In the sense from his teammates, he's too talented to hold down for too long. But he's behind 0-2. And really that overthinking, some say it started the very first team workout after Ohtani's arrival in Japan, because he saw the show that Shohei put on in batting practice and the reaction that it garnered, and he wanted to follow suit. He's putting a lot of pressure on himself to launch baseballs. And Ohtani and his teammates trying to get him to calm down. When he finally broke through with his first base hit, they got the baseball and showed it to him. Here's your first hit, now let it go.
This young man can do some serious damage.
Ruins that 1-2 from Castellani. Will do it again.
Something was very noticeable to me, Stephen, throughout this tournament. Left-handed batters. Samurai Japan. Not one of them is a dead pull hitter. A lot of foul balls the other way, which means they stay on the ball long and stay inside the ball. That's why they backspin the ball so well the other way.
The 1-2. High, and we're even. Yeah, work it. Work it. It's Mitch Stumpo on the right of the screen. A Hall of Famer lurking in the background. Castellani has looked cool despite this first inning pressure. And the #1 team in the world, the 2-2 pitch. Just down. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
He's been around the zone enough. They're just not biting. And that's a very good pitch right there. Could have gone the other way, too.
Pat Oberg calling balls and strikes. Laz Diaz at first base. Delfin Colon at second. Cuti Suarez at third. Adam Hamry heading up the replay center here in Tokyo. Castellani to pay things off to Murakami. Runners going. Fouled straight back. That record that Murakami broke, by the way, wasn't just any record. It was sacred for a long time because it was held by Japan's home run king, Oro Sadaharu,
who has been a presence here throughout this tournament.
Castellani's 3-2. Called strike 3. And Italy's starter pumping his fist heading back to the dugout. What a response from him and the Italian defense. After Nootbaar and Kondo get aboard, 3 consecutive outs. We're done with 1.
2022, what do you feature? Shohei? Usage of 40%, near for that slider, 4-seamer, splitter, curveball, cutter, and sinker. We saw a sinker, in fact, out of his first 14 pitches here in the first inning, averaging 98.9 on the fastball in the first inning.
Scoreless game, Japan and Italy in the quarterfinals at the World Baseball Classic. And for this 2023 tournament, a reminder, it is single elimination time. Shohei Ohtani has 5, 6, and 7 in the Italian order, beginning with the Italian nightmare, Vinny Pasquantino. A couple of his teammates told me just waiting for him to erupt. No home runs yet in the tournament, but he had 10 in just 72 games last year with the Kansas City Royals. And swings through strike 2.
Here's why, going back to the previous inning on the lefties, as he did with Dominic Fletcher, 1 slider on the outer half, and then reading the big hole down and in. We might have seen the first splitter in a long time from Shohei Ohtani, 90 miles an hour. Let's see the grip, the follow through, and there it was.
That velo was there in the first inning. I think he's amped up for this moment.
So 100, saw some 99s.
Average 98.9 with the fastball. 92, foul back by Pasquantino.
That's a pretty good swing. I think Vinny, no mystery, was sitting on something slower after missing that splitter. He will choke up and then think more, as Lars Nootbaar did, about the other side of the field here.
Yeah, it wasn't just the pop he displayed last year with KC. 295. He strikes out swinging here against Ohtani, and 102.
You said he was amped up, Stephen. Well, back to you up right here. 1-0-2 on that fastball after a couple splitters at 90.
First pitch grounded by Mastrobuoni. Good play by Okamoto. Ohtani covering first. 2 away.
One of those plays as the first baseman. You know where the guy on the right is, the second baseman, but if you can go out there and get it, take care of it. Now you become athletic. Turn that shoulder, show the ball, and be steady without feed, because the guy on the other side is a tremendous athlete. A very tough play was made to look very easy.
So we go from Mastrobuoni, who's in the Cubs system, to Vito Friscia. Take strike one. The Philadelphia Phillies organization last year across a couple levels, 89 games, a 760 OPS between double and triple A. This is outside. Ohtani at 23 pitches. The pitch limit in this round is 80. 65. We saw him first against China. Now he's got 80 pitches to work with. 1-2.
Feels his own. Split grip, but the glove always in the same spot. Watch, the glove is not going to move.
He delivers the 1-2 and has his third punch out in 2 frames. Samurai Japan efforting a 3rd World Baseball Classic title. It is the #1 ranked nation in the world. Olympic gold medalists in 2020. They won this in 2006, 2009. And many have been arguing that this group in 2023, the most talented ever assembled Japanese roster. In Pool B, they overpowered the pool, but they were tested at times. China gave up a huge fight for 6 or 7 innings and trailed Korea 3-0 before boat racing their rivals. And then the Czech Republic, even Andrzej Sartoria and company, led until the 3rd.
The way they did it, it wasn't just leaning on one phase of their game, or one aspect. I mean, the pitching, unreal. 1.50 ERA, slugging .515, 7 stolen bases. Stephen, they stole 7 bases.
Kazuma Okamoto walks on 4 pitches to open up the second. Second free pass issued by Castellani. He allowed the first 2 to reach in the first inning. but was able to retire Otani, Yoshida, and Murakami in order.
He was saved by great defense, especially the shifting that has been implemented now on 6 out of 7 batters for Mike Piazza, right-handers or left-handers.
The entire right side of the infield opened up for the second baseman Shugo Maki. We've seen an opposite field stroke from him in this tournament. The Italian defense ready for him to pull one.
Can base it on a couple of things. A lot of right-handed batters get on top of that slider from Castellani. The sinker runs in. Everything is that low 3/4 delivery that he has. So they're anticipating and playing their numbers according to the guy that's on the mound.
Maki has 2 of Japan's 4 home runs in this tournament.
There's that swing you're talking about. He will stay and push it that way. It was on Thursday. Here's a flat pass through that baseball with power. Saturday, let's go on the pull side on the off speed around my eyes and let it ride.
Get to know the name of this 24-year-old. 0-2 fouled away. He's quick to become a star for the Bay Stars in Yokohama. 291 a year ago, just an all-around hitter. Castellani punches his ticket. Second strikeout for the righty.
Philadelphia native, 6'4", around 220. And Philadelphia tough. He's around the zone.
Another lineup change for Hideki Kuriyama was reinserting this man, Sosuke Genda, into the starting 9 as the shortstop. Haven't seen him for a few games. He was injured early in the tournament, and he is reportedly playing with a broken right pinky. So his bottom hand, you can see it, heavily wrapped.
And he's a shortstop. Think about this. A lot of concerns about a long throw. So don't be shocked if you see him bounce the ball to first base on this turf on anything, getting him away from the bag.
Happened on a pickoff attempt against Korea in the second game of this World Baseball Classic. Castellani will attempt to pick off Okamoto.
If this is a simple preseason game exhibition, this is not happening. Not taking a chance with somebody like Genda.
But this is not a meaningless game. Okamoto trying for second, but he's thrown out there by Brett Sullivan.
Italian defense has 3 brilliant plays already. Bad job looking in as if it was a hit and run. And Japan's thrown out for the first time in 8 attempts here in the World Baseball Classic with plenty of time. It could have been a missed sign there somewhere when you see a runner looking in.
See Brett Sullivan, a.k.a. Sully, gets the second out of the second inning. The 3-0 count for Genda. Ball 4. At the bottom of the order with the catcher, Takuya Kai. 30-year-old backstop. Plays for the Fukuoka SoftBank Hawks in NPB. A pillar an organization that racks up Japan Series championships. He has 6 rings in 9 seasons. Just 1 hit so far in the tournament. Genda will take off for a second. Ball got to the backstop, so no play for Sullivan.
Much different intent here. Straight steal. And Genda, well, obviously you can see by the size, he can run. Look at the difference on the lead and not looking in. That's a straight steal. And good for Hideki Kuriyama, the manager, just not getting away from what got them here among so many things. With the power, finesse, putting the ball in play, and stealing bases. Interesting too, Stephen, is they hit 326 coming into this game, and it hasn't just been a top-heavy lineup. The bottom has been mightily important.
We've seen a few big innings that began with this part of the order. Castellani was a second-round pick to the Colorado Rockies back in 2014. Had a long and winding road since then. He delivers strike 1 to Kai. Three and one. Tried to hold up and get out of the way, but couldn't. Hit the bat, and now we're full.
Castellani has used his pitch effectively. A lot of horizontal run on that sinker in. Not so much a sinking action, but a good fading action on his 2-seam fastball, which is heavy.
Another 3-2 to Kai. Strike 3! And just like he did in the first, Castellani escapes some traffic and holds Japan off the scoreboard. Well, we talked about Japan's storied history at the World Baseball Classic. They've won the event twice and are trying for a 3rd title for Italy. This is just the 2nd time making it out of round 1, and it was not easy. The chaos in Taichung, Taiwan. Every team finished 2-2. Came down to the final contest for the Italians, taking on one of the pool favorites, the Kingdom of the Netherlands. And they needed a bunch of runs to score. They got the runs, got the dub, won the tiebreaker, and earned a spot here in Tokyo against Japan.
Those 7 runs against the Netherlands to keep adding and avoid some runs was huge to get here.
And DeLuzio, a little bouncer to Genda. Let's watch the throw. Right on the money, 1 down.
Well, this brings up a very interesting matchup of very good friends. Who's going to smile first?
What do you think, Jose? You know these guys well.
Stone-faced.
Both of them?
They don't want to look at each other.
Angel teammates, World Baseball Classic competitors. Ohtani delivers a strike at 99 to his great friend, David Fletcher.
Uh-oh, Fletch.
Hey, that 102, by the way, that he hit in the second inning, Ohtani, that is the fastest pitch that StatCast has recorded for Shohei. Now, he does have a record he shares with Roki Sasaki for the fastest thrown pitch by a Japanese-born player in MPB at 102.5 as Fletcher puts it on the ground to third. Ohtani wins the first battle.
You see Ohtani pumping his fist right after that out in the execution of that pitch. He's a man that has such a repertoire and does some great things. There's grandness in him, but believe me, he will celebrate the smallest of victories, like just executing a pitch, having a pitch land in the right spot. And the splitter is alive here tonight. It's lively.
We return to the top of the order. Sal Frelick grounds the first pitch from Ohtani, and that is a 1-2. It bears repeating that Lars Taylor Tatsuji Nootbaar, the first ever Japanese American to play for the Japanese national team, he hasn't just been a table setter, he has been a tone setter. Once again, he delivered the pregame speech to his teammates. Takes the ball from Joe Lasorsa. Nootbaar said, we got 3 games left, but only today can take us to Miami. Let's play loose. Let's play with some swag, and let's play our game so we can be partying on the plane tonight. And that is what garnered the biggest reaction. His mother and father in the stands, and earlier in the tournament, his 84-year-old grandfather, Tatsuji Enokira, after whom he is named, was able to watch his grandson play baseball in Japan, the Japanese national team. So Kumiko and Charlie Nootbaar. Watching on along with all of his new friends. Ground ball to second base. Mastrobuoni to Pasquantino. And Lasorsa gets the first out. Now, Joe Lasorsa has had one of the moments of the World Baseball Classic so far. In a must-win game against the Netherlands, the 6th inning, Italy up 6-1. He comes in with the bases loaded. Gets Didi Gregorius to pop out. Struck out Jonathan Scope and Roger Bernardina. And then let the world know what it meant.
Man, it's in his blood. I mean, every piece of emotion shown after the huge outs. Going after people.
It's a good pitch to Kondo, just a touch high. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's working quick. Left-hander in the Tampa Bay Rays organization. Years old. This is with ball 3. Last year from high A to double A. Pitched 40 games. Struck out 87 and 73 in the 3rd innings of work. Close. Ball 4 goes the way of Kondo.
And something that Lasorsa is not very accustomed to is a lot of base running. Outstanding whip last season. And here he faces the big boy with somebody on.
Otani bunts it to the left side. Fielded by Lasorso. The throw is wide and gets away. Kondo at third.
Okay, so after the ground out by Fletcher, I mentioned how he celebrated the smallest of things by getting a ball in the right spot, but he does. It's involved in every single aspect of the game. And with so much on the line right now, Steven, it's about what are they giving me that I can go out there and just propel my team offensively besides the power.
In the win against Australia, the Aussies manager Dave Nilsson said, I think the turning point of the game was when Otani hit one about 500 feet. On the other end of the spectrum, you got a bunt single for a base hit. Can this be another turning point?
And yes, we know there are people out there scratching their heads going, what is going on here, Shohei Otani? How about he's a baseball player with awareness in mind on what his team needs right now?
Move Kondo into scoring position with less than 2 out for the new Boston Red Sox outfielder Masataka Yoshida. Ground ball up the middle. Good stop is short. It will score a run, but a fantastic play to keep it on the infield. Nicky Lopez.
That's 2 for Nicky already here. Taking one away and making another outstanding play, this time to his right. All the shifting has paid off already very nicely for manager Mike Piazza and his staff. Man can play.
Haven't hit the ball out of the infield, and yet it's 1-0. Otani on second for Murakami. Hook misses. 2 balls, no strikes. Murakami 2 for 15, 8 strikeouts. Well, they got him on the hands. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Seems like Murakami is trying to cover too much of the plate. One spot that he looks for, or looks to, and they miss. He will connect. But when you're looking in so many different places, slots and tunnels, they have to deal with velocity and movement, and it becomes harder to hit. Look in one spot, and it doesn't matter the spin, and he's using the slider a lot, using the changeup, the fastball. Look in one spot. When you're struggling like this, then you give yourself a better chance to break out.
Ball 4.
A very good job. Very good job when you're struggling like this to not spread the zone and don't be over anxious.
That is one thing for Murakami, despite his struggles producing hits. He has worked some walks. And everybody in the Italian bullpen.
It is a parade out there. Display of arms and bodies available. A lot of traffic so far, Stephen, for Samurai Japan, but give it to Ryan Castellani and the outstanding job that he did in 2 innings, even though he walked 3, helped by his defense, but he struck out 3 with only 39 pitches against this powerful offense.
After a mound visit, La Sorsa welcomes Kazuma Okamoto. Star for the Yomiuri Giants, who called the Tokyo Dome home.
No stranger to 30 home runs in a season.
The only player in MPB with at least 30 in each of the last 5 years, 164 total. Breaking ball for strike 1. Not just that, 2 straight Golden Glove awards. He's the best defender at his position in his league. An all-around force.
Nice movement as it gets to the hitting zone. What a little carry.
La Sorsa's 1-2, down and in, ball 2. This is Japan's 6th AB with runners in scoring position. It's 0 for the previous 5. La Sorsa checks on Ohtani. Now delivers a 2-2. Okamoto in front of it. Smoked foul. Who's your Mario Kart character?
Mario. Super Mario.
One more time, La Sorsa to Okamoto. He hangs back and puts it in the air to left field. That ball is gone! The Yomiuri Giant in a big moment in the bottom of the 3rd.
They find a way. They find a way and press and bunt and run. But ultimately, they know that the boppers will show up. And there it is again on display.
The 3rd inning comes to an end. A crooked number for Japan, up 4-0 after 3. The chant for Kazuma Okamoto is "Make history, engrave your name in the field of dreams, and hit a homer that will excite us all." And with that swing, Jose Mota, mission accomplished.
He covered every single word or phrase in that song.
365 feet. Two, 3, and 4 due up for Italy in the top of the 4th. And again, you always see the ovation from the crowd and the respect paid right back by the player who starred the previous half inning. For Okamoto, it's not just fans cheering their home country, it's the fans cheering their home team here. Again, he plays for the Yomiuri Giants, who called the Tokyo Dome their home. So hit a bunch of home runs in front of him. It doesn't get old to him.
One thing is to do it for your team, like the Giants, but when you have Japan across your chest, the meaning is even grander.
Nicky Lopez continues to rake in the World Baseball Classic.
Oh, Nicky's trying to get back to where he was back in 2021 with Kansas City. He really struggled last year, and this is what he got away from. He did not know where that ball was. He thought the ball was just a fly ball to left field. His eyes, watch him. He's looking for the baseball here. Where is it? Hey. Now I'll take the line drive of Shohei Ohtani.
His teammates say Nicky's been the guy. He's picked us up throughout this tournament. Trying to author a response after Japan scored 4 in the bottom of the third.
Had a good time to clarify, and a couple of things that should be aware of. The pitch limits go up, so Shohei can go as many as 80 pitches, but I expect him to go maybe an increase of 20 over last time. He went 49, so I think maybe around 70 tonight.
Strike one to Dominic Fletcher, 99 miles per hour. He's been averaging 99.5 heading into this inning. For comparison's sake, last year with the Angels, that fastball average was 97.3. Fletcher singled in the first. Fouls away strike two.
As I talked, Stephen, about pitch limits and increases, remember, he is building for a long season ahead of him. So I do not expect him to go from 50 to 80 or that type of increase. Even though he seems like he's just playing catch out there.
He strikes out Dominic Fletcher. Number 4 for Shohei Ohtani.
Pitch him differently this time. Saw a couple of sliders last time up. Finally got a hold of one. Inner half, and let's go split it with you. Let him know, Shohei. I don't know that David Fletcher, his good friend, is going to be happy on Shohei in that reaction against brother Fletcher.
As you can expect, a lot of Angels jerseys and shirts at the Tokyo Dome. That's triple digits.
Can we say he's a little amped up today?
You can see it, and you can hear it. That's slicing toward the excite seats. And the fan cannot make the play for Shohei in a Shohei jersey.
Help him out.
So Yoshida's face there.
Yoshida kind of held back a little bit when he saw the young fan extend.
Now 2 strikes on Italy's catcher. Last year at a 783 OPS for AAA El Paso. 285. Sullivan, former 17th round pick from the Tampa Bay Rays. Product of Pacific University, played for Ed Sprague, World Series ring.
He was clutch, Ed Sprague.
Brett's brother Tyler, also Major League Baseball draft pick. Ohtani's 1-2. And Sullivan fouled it back, stared at Shohei. He's confident, man.
I'm not exaggerating if I say that we have not seen fastballs below 98.
I love it. I love it.
Thanks for challenging me.
I love it.
Hey. Go fastball.
Nope. Some filth off the table for strike 3, back-to-back for Ohtani.
That's 93 off the table with another split. I talked to Shohei after that first start against China, and he said maybe 2 splits, and he told me expect a little bit more. Next time out, I need that pitch. I need to work on that pitch for my regular season too.
Now Japan's unicorn will again face the Italian nightmare. Vinny Pasquantino, a.k.a. Pasquatch, a.k.a. Italian Breakfast, which that's a trio of elite nicknames. And he has got a lot of fans in the Kansas City Royals organization excited about the future there. 25-year-old lefty. And between him, Bobby Witt Jr. playing for Team USA, MJ Melendez.
Let's not forget about a kid named Robbie Glendinning that should get a
Team
lot of
Australia.
attention after he plays so well for Australia.
A tip of the cap to the Aussies. Made it to the quarterfinals for the first time in their history at the World Baseball Classic. Lost a heartbreaker to Cuba last night, so Cuba the first team to earn a spot in the semifinals. Cuba in Miami. Get ready. 3-0. There's strike 1. Yanked it, ball 4. So first and second, 2 out now for Italy. And next up, Miami, Florida will be turned all the way up. The semifinals and the finals of the 2023 World Baseball Classic. Cuba will face the winner of the United States and Venezuela. Talk about a clash there. And then next up, either Italy and Japan against Puerto Rico or Mexico.
Puerto Rico and Yadi Molina. In the Dominican Republic, out.
That was a heartbreaking, emotional win for Puerto Rico because in the celebration, star closer Edwin Diaz suffered a right knee injury. Have some imaging done, but hoping for the best for one of the best in the game, someone who is great not just for Puerto Rico, not just for the New York Mets, but for all of baseball. So again, healthy vibes Sugar's way.
He's so important to that team. The Mets, let alone Puerto Rico.
Ohtani looks at Lopez. 1-1 now to Mastrobuoni.
Shohei is usually very fundamentally sound in his drive and staying tall and driving with his legs, but there's a little extra push in his direction towards home plate today that's really allowing that arm slot to catch up early and fire away.
He's at 50 pitches. Here's number 51. It's outside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
One of the things he will use to get back in a consistent phase and to get some direction and not yank the baseball, as Steven described earlier on the walk, is quick pitch or slide step.
It's the hardest he's had to work, Ohtani, here in the 4th. That was his 21st pitch at the top of the 4th inning. With 14 in the 1st, 11 in the 2nd, 6 in the 3rd.
Now, last inning, a fairly easy one. 6 pitches, 5 strikes.
falling behind Mastrobuoni. The 3-1. Fly ball to left field. Yoshida back at the track, at the wall. And he makes the catch. Mastrobuoni gave that one a ride and gave the fans here in Tokyo a little bit of a scare. Another look at that play from Yoshida.
Solid tracking all the way into the glove. Fundamentally sound as they know how to play.
Italy came very close to its first World Baseball Classic home run. Another look, that fly ball from Miles Mastrobuoni the other way off Shohei, and Yoshida as he ran into the wall.
And Yoshida had to run a long way to his left, covering a lot of ground. Something popped out. It was a hat, not the baseball. Well, playing in Fenway, he will not have to cover that much ground to left field.
8-9-1 due up for Japan in the bottom of the fourth, leading Italy by 4. And Jose, you brought it up earlier. You've seen it time and again in this World Baseball Classic for the Japanese. This 8 spot is leading off an inning. Big things have typically been in store, whether it's with Genda or with Nakano. Palante gets Genda to ground to his counterpart short. Speed down the line, but the throw got him.
We have seen a very comfortable Nicky Lopez showing his class not only with the bat, but he has really moved well around the infield, covering the baseball side to side and also charging in. Very steady.
.97 from Palante. In for a strike on Kai. Palante was 6-5 with a 3.17 ERA for St. Louis in 2022. Former 4th-round pick back in 2019. Due up next for Japan, a fellow Cardinal named Lars Nootbaar. Two and two after Kai swings through a strike.
Palante has the ability to hide the baseball for a long time. He holds his hands quite high, and then watch how long he keeps the baseball at shoulder level. And then it's Anya. 96-97.
Palante keeps the ball on the ground with a 63.9% ground ball rate in 2022. The second best among all Major League Baseball's pitchers that work at least 100 innings, behind Framber Valdez of the Houston Astros. Really good company for Palante.
Catcher Brett Sullivan, veteran of many innings behind the plate. It's not using signs, he's using taps. Knees, mask, chest, for signs.
Pallante loses Kai. And the lineup turns over for Nootbaar. Who ever thought he would be here and now playing for Samurai Japan? Lars Nootbaar did.
Konnichiwa. My name is Lars Nootbaar, number 21, and I'm Japanese. I hope I do good during All-Stars, and I'm going to represent my country for Japan.
He was 9 years old when he said that.
Absolutely a dream being lived out by Lars. And to have the confidence to say it, proud mom and dad, you mentioned grandpa was here. It's just a beautiful sight.
Hi, Kumiko. From the Saitama Prefecture. Every day after school, Lars would head to the backyard and take BP with his mother. Played softball in her high school years. Surprised his mom when he said that. History for Samurai Japan. Nobody before Nootbaar, born outside Japan, has worn those threads. And you better believe they already got a chant for him. 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch from Nootbaar's Cardinal teammate Pallante in for strike 1. That chant. Represent your country, confront the world, show your Japanese spirit, and be a samurai.
He has been a samurai to a T in the way he plays the game, and even with the language which he's still learning, he has been transcending here and trending for the right reasons. Transcending all the way into soccer players using the pepper grinder now across the world.
Rounds the 3-1 foul, count full. He's hitting .467 in the tournament, getting on base 60% of the time. 1067 OPS.
And Steven, this type of at bat has been characteristic for him. He's seen a lot of pitches.
Pallante with the payoff. Do it again.
Four-seamer, here it is, my friend. From 94 to 96. He's trusting it, but he also has a little late movement on it. That's why you've seen Lars a couple of times swing right over the top of that baseball when he rolls it foul. Or tap from Sullivan.
Another 3-2. Called strike 3. So Pallante rings up his fellow Redbird. 2 down in the 4th.
Sullivan had called for something else. You see him go back to the taps, and Pallante said, nope, I'm going back to this. It's the little cut action at the end. But stays with his fastball, as he should.
Now the on-base machine, Kensuke Kondo.
The guy that his former teammate in Hokkaido, Shohei Ohtani, calls a hitting genius. There's a lot of knocks on this man here historically in this league.
And no longer a fighter, Kondo. He was a prize free agent this past offseason and inked a deal with Fukuoka.
And that one hurt that team. And Tsuyoshi Shinjo, their manager.
Yeah, big boss.
He ain't flashy at all, is he?
No, very understated. And Shinjo, in fact, former teammates with Team Italy's manager, Mike Piazza.
That's right. Flashing the hair, the orange, the dye, the shoes, the wristbands, batting gloves.
Kai Sola on first base, 2-0 to Kondo. Make it 3-0. And Kondo will not force the issue. He's patient, yes. Professional hitter, yes. But also aware of who's on deck. Palante gets on the board with strike one.
A very active and emphatic Brett Sullivan lately with the taps on Palante, just saying, here it is, hit it. Here's my pitch.
Ground ball to second base, and Palante will avoid facing Ohtani with runners aboard. Italy still chasing 4 as we go to the 5th. Looking back at the last time Italy made it to the second round at the World Baseball Classic in 2013, Mike Piazza has led them to the quarterfinals here in 2023. They trail 4-0 in the top of the 5th. For Piazza, who's got Sicilian roots on his father's side. Now, originally agreed to become the manager for Italy back in 2019 as Ohtani gets in front of Friscia 0-2. Obviously, the tournament delayed because of the pandemic, but he stayed committed and reaffirmed that call last March. He was on the staff in 2009 as the hitting coach, 2013, played in 2006. And this means the world to Mike Piazza. Ohtani's 1-2 in the air, drifting foul, excites seats, have a souvenir.
You mentioned means the world to Mike Piazza, who is a guy that played the game, knowing that there's always a chip on his shoulder. Remember, he was drafted as a favor to Tommy Lasorda, his godfather, Hall of Famer. No question to his numbers, his power, the way he played the game, and now the way he's teaching and passing on to his team, and also talking to us about that next generation of players that he wants to get from Italy to play in college.
That's a liner. Maki keeps it in front of him and throws out Friscia. 1 down in the 5th.
When number 1's on the mound, and this is no accident, The defense has another kick in their step, and here it is. Maki to his right. This ball's coming back to him and gets that arm exactly where it needs to be to take care of that serious hop.
Ohtani tipped his cap to Maki, gave it right back. And Ohtani loses the first pitch to DeLuzio.
If you're going to get hit by 83 and not 102. One that just got away from the Shohei. Slightly backed up on him.
And for a second time, we'll have Halo versus Halo. Ohtani and David Fletcher.
I do know that Ohtani made some good recommendations for the Fletcher brothers to go get some good sushi here in Tokyo. Fletcher raved about it.
And Fletcher with a little cue ball through the right side. Going first to third. DeLuzio and Italians are starting to feel it these last couple of innings against Ohtani.
That's Fletch being Fletch. He's got tremendous ability on bat to the ball. Find some holes, very true to his swing. Forget about exit velocity with him. But he is gonna find some holes. That's what he does.
Yeah.
And who knows better than Shohei?
If you go to David Fletcher's Baseball Savant page, do not go looking for exit velo.
No.
But ask an Angel fan, Jose, and I know you know a ton of them. They'll say David Fletcher's the greatest baseball player to ever live.
For sure. Grinder gets 30 and reminds everybody of World Series champion.
And his favorite player growing up,
David Eckstein.
Big opportunity in front of Sal Frelick. And the number 2 prospect in the Milwaukee Brewers organization. 15th overall pick in 2021. Popped up. Who's got it? Nootbaar in. DeLuzio will tag, and Nootbaar's throw scares him back to third.
Responsibility number 1. You take charge. You have the best angle. Even though look where Nootbaar is compared to Kondo. He's going to have the best angle, the best arm, gets it behind the baseball, throws a strike to the cutoff man who almost gets the runner, DeLuzio at third base. That's just the way they line up and why there's always looking for the extra out. Shohei doing his job, doing what? Backing up home plate. Almost a lost art nowadays.
To escape the 5th unscathed. Have to battle it out with the hottest hitter for Team Italy and Nicky Lopez. 9 for 18 in the World Baseball Classic. A double and a triple, 7 driven in. It was after the first pitch. It's fouled.
Anybody with the Royals watching Nicky Lopez play throughout this tournament, and especially tonight, ought to be very excited about what might be coming. A very motivated player who did not want to see that 220-ish next to his name after hitting 300 the year before.
Just turned 28 a few days ago. Nicky from Naperville, Illinois. 0-1. That's foul. 2 strikes on him. So Ohtani at 65 pitches. That was the limit in the first round. It's gone up 15 pitches here for the quarterfinals. As we showed you a moment ago, there is action for Hideki Kuriyama.
This will most likely be his last stretch here as he gets him to around 70.
Just one base runner the first 3 innings against Ohtani. In the 4th and the 5th, Italy has had multiple base runners and multiple hard-hit baseballs.
It's almost like, where's the finish line? I need to get there. Now it's back to the breathing, regathering, and task at hand. Next pitch. Got the sign for the splitter. Said no. One of the fastball, but the fastball away. Now wants a new sequence.
DeLuzio on third. Fletcher standing off first. Conservative lead for Fletcher. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
There's another slider that got away from Shohei on the arm side.
That one hit hard. Right field, hooking toward the corner. Whoa, just. Just foul. Yeah,
just like
that reaction says it.
He's feeling it. Ooh, sigh of relief here with over 41,000 in the Tokyo Dome. Here's why. Another great swing by Nicky Lopez on the high off-speed pitch.
340 feet, about 5-10 feet too far to the right.
And I'm guessing the idea now is to slow down his bat.
Italy again that close to a 3-run blast. That hits Lopez on the leg to load the bases.
A very unusual curveball by Shohei Ohtani at 82 miles an hour.
And Jose, we've been talking about how it's going the other way, away from Ohtani and toward Italy's lineup. How long of a leash?
Exactly what he did not want to do. The leash is getting shorter as Shohei has struggled a little bit in consecutive innings now. He made 22 pitches in the 4th. He's up to 69 now. He was up to 53 coming into this inning. And the one thing that Hideki Kuriyama does not want to do is take him out of this game in the middle of an inning.
They're loaded for Dominic Fletcher, who singled in the 1st, struck out in the 4th. So he'll have a little rubber match with Ohtani. This guy had a 30-game hitting streak last year. Fletcher prepares for Ohtani's offering. 0-1.
He can hit spots in location. Backdoor slider, first pitch for a strike, just as Kai called it.
Dominic Fletcher doesn't hit it hard, but gets it down in right field. Deluzio scores. David Fletcher will follow. Italy has cut the deficit in half.
Fletcher brothers, a factor here against good friend Shohei Ohtani. Second hit for Dominic. A one-out single with a men aboard for David Fletcher, batting ninth. Got challenged upstairs and gets just enough of that barrel out. As the Fighting Italians have made it a hard night here for Shohei Ohtani.
The first runs allowed by Ohtani in this tournament. Had 8-2 scoreless before Dominic Fletcher came through with a base hit with 2 out in the 5th. That forces Hideki Kuriyama to the bullpen. Ohtani tips his hat to Pat Oberg and heads to the dugout as Japan makes a pitching change. Italy knocks Shohei Ohtani out of the ball game here in the 5th inning. As it stands right now, 71 pitches, 9 shy of the 80-pitch limit in the quarterfinals. 4 2/3, 2 runs on 4 hits, struck out 5, walked 1. There are 2 aboard that he is responsible for. As a former Hokkaido Nippon Ham fighter exits, a current one enters. Hiromi Ito, 25 years old. Right-hander in his first World Baseball Classic. Wears the number 17, as Ohtani does for the Angels.
Don't look for the K, but he has the ability to get you contact on the ground.
He does have an eephus in the arsenal as well. Shows 93 to Brett Sullivan, the catcher. Ball 1.
Ito needs the deception, off-speed location, just to offset his fastball around 93. That did not look like a bad pitch right there. Surprised with the way Kai received it. No thumb down.
Called the ball by Pat Hoberg. On the ump scorecard, keepers love this man behind the plate. 2-0 from Ito. Hacked foul.
Amped it up to 95. All you got to do is see the swing. So there's a little extra on that one. Well, we lose Shohei on the mound, but guess what? He's still in the game.
You can tell, again, there was something extra there today for him, and maybe that worked against him as the outing went along.
Got away a little bit from just his squaring up, staying through the zone a little bit more, shoulders in line. But he competed the grunt from the very first pitch.
You can see the cloud of rosin. That is something that Ito is famous for here in Japan. Some would deem it excessive, but it works for somebody who really relies on off-speed stuff and deception. That's pulled high in the air and into the seats. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 4 of 6 have reached base for Italy here in the 5th inning. Game has gone from 4-0 to 4-2.
A situation that calls for something that Mike Piazza stressed with us before the game. I want my guys to play pepper. Play pepper. Big split up the middle with the infielders.
Yeah, Maki is out of the infield in shallow right. No shift restrictions, playing under the 22 rule book. So a lot of space between Maki and Genda, the two middle infielders. Ito's 2-2. Another foul ball.
And no matter how this game ends up, this is a lineup that has given Samurai Japan the grindiest at-bats, the most hard-fought at-bats that they've seen here in this tournament so far. And we're only in the 5th. They've had to work hard for every single out.
Ito with another 2-2. Ball 3.
Well presented in the zone. Hello.
You're not going to have to wait for an expert lip reader there. (3-2). Sullivan just trying to stay alive. Popped up to short. Genda has it. 2 stranded. But Italy scores 2. Got a tight one in the middle of the 5th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of World Baseball Classic Inc. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent. Wrapping up the 2023 World Baseball Classic in Tokyo. The quarterfinals, Japan 4, Italy 2. No rest for the weary. Shohei Ohtani leading off.
And Palante proud of his fastball. This should be a very interesting battle here.
Don't hesitate to run through. A legend starts now. Go and leap toward your dreams. Ohtani, already a legend. Back in his home country, played baseball for the first time in 6 years. And longer than that since he has worn the Samurai Japan uniform in a major international tournament. Ducks out of the way. 4-pitch walk from Palante, starting off the bottom of the 5th.
That's one of the traits for Shohei Ohtani in certain situations of the game where you might think he might be a little over anxious. Cause damage, yes, but cause damage within his plan and his structure of his swing. He did not offer anything, any one of those fastballs, which is obviously the pitch that he wanted to hit. There's Mike Borzello, our good friend, long-time Yankee coach. And a huge influence here and responsibilities have been given to him by manager Mike Piazza.
Vinny Natoli starting to stretch in Italy's bullpen.
For Michael Borzello, the former catcher, biggest influence in the game, Derek Jeter.
Mike Piazza was a former catcher. Pretty good one. Hall of Fame one. And that is Yu Darvish. On the left, warming alongside.
Heard something about the piggybacking going on here tonight, and there's Darvish, who can give you length.
Shota Imanaga, the left-hander. Double barrel action for Japan. Masataka Yoshida. Strike one. He opened the game driving in a run on a ground out in the third. A couple batters later, Kazuma Okamoto launched a home run to left field. Made it 4-0. Italy pushed 2 across in the fifth. That was Japan's response in the bottom half. Yoshida, a big bet by Heimblum and the Boston Red Sox front office.
Here's something else Shohei Ohtani will make you do on the mound is because of his velocity. Slide step has to play if you have it as a weapon.
Ohtani leaning off first base. As that one is worn by the left fielder.
There's been a lot of action here. A lot of traffic on the bases for both teams. And it's come in so many different ways, from the base hits to the walks and the hit batsmen. There's a former catcher, Mike Piazza's pacing is in. This is exactly what we do not want to do against this very dangerous ball club.
Want and need a shutdown inning. You just gave your club some life back in the top half. And so, in an effort to keep this game a 2-run game, Italy will make a change.
Team Mexico and they're showing so far. Very nice, very solid for Mexico.
Vinny Natoli will get the ball. 2 on, nobody out in the bottom of the fifth. The 32-year-old who signed a minor league deal with the Chicago Cubs this past January. Unique delivery. And he'll show it to Munetaka Murakami. Murakami on the first pitch, drives it to center field. That ball's off the bottom of the wall. Murakami breaks through. In the World Baseball Classic, it's 5-2 Japan.
It was only a matter of time. I mean, when you're a good hitter, sometimes these types of scenarios are not the best for you. You got to get some timing, but his last at bat, he walked. And my thought was always, Steven, get in one zone, look at one zone, stay right there. This is what we see in batting practice. Left center field. Glad he's able to get some wood on it and get a result.
Okamoto goes the other way on his first pitch. That will get down and be extra bases. 2 more will score. Kazuma Okamoto, have a night.
That was a much needed sigh of relief. Smiles. Shohei greets Munetaka. But it's about the big man. The 30 homer power. What a night. Line to line. Clutch. And getting the applause he really deserves.
And finally, a batter takes a pitch from Natoli. 2 pitches. 2 run-scoring doubles. And just like that, 3 runs for Japan. Italy facing its largest deficit in the World Baseball Classic. Maki with a fly ball, deep right field. That's at the wall, where it's caught by Dominic Fletcher. Tagging is Okamoto. He'll advance to third. That ball kept going.
Great backspin. I mean, with that swing that Maki has, no surprise on how far that ball went. When it took off the bat, we thought it was just an easy F9. Not the case. Leverage through the zone and through the swing, and that bottom hand, how he leads with it.
Now Sosuke Genda playing with what's been reported as a broken right pinky. Fights one off. It will be caught. Nicky Lopez with another highlight in the field.
Leading the way with his leadership. He's done it with a bat. He's done it with a glove many times here. And with a range. He knew total control. He knew where everybody was. Recognizes the situation. He knows what to do with the baseball once it's caught.
Ball one to Takuya Kai.
So Maki giving a scouting report on Nittoli the minute he got to the dugout. And the gesture in motion with his hands with slider, spin. Constantly, Steven, we've seen from Samurai Japan on the offensive side, there's a lot of information passed around between at-bats. That's what a teammate does.
He's been trying.
It's still a game. Who better than Shohei to greet you like that?
He's been trying all tournament to try and lift the spirits of the 23-year-old Murakami. And we keep saying Ohtani's the one with the weight of a nation on his shoulders, but that's the burden that Murakami has been carrying around. He's been 2 for 15 with 8 strikeouts before rifling that double.
And of all the trades we've talked about with Shohei Ohtani, let's not forget about leadership and what he's done with his ball club since he touched ground here in Japan for this tournament.
Nittoli gets Kai to strike out swinging. The two-time reigning Central League MVP in NPB in his first World Baseball Classic can smile and exhale now, helping Japan score 3 times in the 5th inning. Italy had 2 runs in the top half. Needed a 4-2 game. Things felt close and tense. But now a 5-run cushion to begin the top of the 6th. Vinny Pasquantino will lead off. A little soft liner to Genda at short. 1 pitch, 1 out for Shota Imanaga.
The more arms we see out of Samurai Japan, it's like the sharper they get. I mean, it's like they have different looks, righties, lefties. There's not a whole lot of finesse, but definitely there's power. And right away, Imanaga gets in Pasquantino's kitchen.
Yeah, Ito would be that change of pace arm. The pitcher came in for Ohtani.
And he threw one at 95.
Yeah.
Oops.
And another positive for Japan after that bottom of the fifth is with this lead, Hideki Kuriyama probably not experiencing much pressure. We saw Yu Darvish warming up. Much pressure to bring in his other prize starter.
Very
He's
true.
still getting loose just in case.
And I think you have to play into what Darvish needs in terms of his own preparation too here.
Right.
Here comes a long season with the San Diego Padres. And you don't want to get him too rusty either. A lot of things to balance out here.
It's been talked about seeing both tonight, so it wouldn't be this earth-shattering surprise.
Now for Mike Piazza, different story. His best arms must pitch.
Did he go? He did, says Cuti Suarez at third base. So Mastrobuoni retired for the third time tonight, though that F7 in the fourth was not your ordinary F7. Here's the side look.
Did he break? He can't believe it.
Imanaga, 29 years old, pitches in Yokohama. First pitch fouled away by Frisha.
See that front leg and the hesitation, the pause, and a couple of leg kicks. Little Tyler Anderson reminder.
Strike two. Now Imanaga, going back to 2017 Japan series, Yokohama lost to Fukuoka in that, but Imanaga became just the second pitcher with back-to-back starts with at least 10 strikeouts in a single Japan series. The only other person to do that is current teammate Yu Darvish. That's high. But he struggled in 2018, Jose, to the point where after that, just to try and get back on track, Imanaga went to the ABL, the Australian Baseball League. We're talking a lot about the ABL with the Aussie presence here in Tokyo. Seemed to have settled him down. Kai trying to frame up strike three, didn't get the call from Holberg.
And good for those that have been around him to know that if he needed pitching innings and competitive innings, they found a way in a formula to get him over there to the ABL, bring all that back. He is a control freak.
Another close one taken by Frisha.
That might be the easiest 96 I've seen all tournament. That was 96 miles an hour cutting in.
Ain't easy to spit on those last two. So Imanaga with the 3-2 gets him swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts in a 1-2-3 sixth inning. With Italy in the quarterfinals of the World Baseball Classic, some of the greatest Italian Americans we've seen in Major League Baseball over the years, players and managers alike, trying to do something. Mike Piazza is. You see him there with Tommy Lasorda. Piazza, the current manager of the Italian national team, trying to get this country to the semifinals for the first time. In a tough spot in the bottom of the sixth, chasing the #1 team in the world, Japan, which leads 7-2.
Mike mentioned to us today that lesson he's learned about being a leader is to allow others to lead. Delegate. And that's what he's done with his coaches. Wants his players to take up on the same thing. He got this group together, the main core, months ago, and brought
Mission
them to Italy.
Classic. It's called the Mission Classic for Team Italy, as there's ball one down to Newpar.
Brought them together down to his villa and explored some historical sites. through the tours, but just to get the mindset about what they were going for and what he believed in.
Strike 3 called. So Marciano strikes out Nootbaar. Marciano just into the ball game.
Very animated young man with live arm at 94.
And he was a part of the 2022 Mission Classic. Joey Marciano, who is a relative of Italian-American boxing legend Rocky Marciano, on Joey's father's side. Strike 1 swinging from Kondo.
Steven, tell us a little bit more about the Classic, what it is.
So, as he alluded to, they got everybody over to Italy, all the players with Italian heritage, trained with local baseball teams, also getting to travel through the country and connect with their family's roots. I mean, the Fletchers, they met relatives that they had never met before while on Mission Classic. Just a really cool concept by Mike Piazza and the Italian baseball delegation as they try and plant seeds for the future.
So Matt Harvey sitting right in front of Mike Piazza.
And so fueled by that renewed or new connection with their heritage, some mustache magic, and the espresso machine.
Now, espresso, not on paper cups though. It's not what he wants.
No, they've had to, because you can't have the porcelain, you can't have the good stuff, but they're making do. And a couple more have been gifted to them since they arrived.
Yeah, Mike told us today he's missing a ceramic.
3-1, it gets the plate. We're full. Photos from the Mission Classic. And 12 players on Italy's roster were on that trip. Matt Festa, Joey Marciano, Palante, Mitch Stumpo, Vito Friscia, Brett Sullivan, David and Dominic Fletcher, Vinny Pasquantino, Miles Mastrobuoni, Ben DeLuzio, and Nicky Lopez. Here's Vinny. Back-to-back punch-outs for Marciano.
Marciano again. Great follow and great life late in the zone for the big man.
Last year he struck out 62 in 59 innings of work for AAA Sacramento. He retired in 2019 due to personal reasons. Came back in 2021 and has been really reliable in the Giants system. Got 2 outs. Now he has Shohei Ohtani. He starts out with the ball. Ohtani with a bouncer into the shift. A 1-2-3 inning for Marciano. The deficit remains 5.
A favorite son in Yu Darvish takes him out now for Team Samurai Japan here in the top of the 7th inning. A comfortable lead 7-2. You could hear the roar of the crowd when he stepped onto the field coming in from the bullpen on the right side. Steven, I think when it came out, there was no doubt who was on the mound. A hero for Japan in past World Baseball Classic.
He started the 2nd game of the tournament against the rival Koreans. And Korea jumped out to a 3-0 lead. A.J. Yang hit a 2-run homer off Darvish. But after that, it was all, and we mean all, Japan.
And you actually retired the first 6 batters that you faced. And then give up a double, a home run. Eventually won 3 innings, allowing 3 runs to earned with 48 pitches. He is a presence.
Closed out the 2009 World Baseball Classic. Locking up back-to-back titles in this tournament for Japan. Haven't been on the top of this mountain since. But this group is viewed in the highest regard internationally. Perhaps the strongest team ever assembled for Japan. It's outside 2-2 now.
If we get into pitches with Darvish, I don't think we have enough fingers in both of our hands combined to tell you what he throws. But he can throw everything at you, change angles when he needs to. But what he's implemented more lately is the cut fastball. He's gone away from his four-seamer.
2-2 spoiled by DeLuzio. I had a fun conversation with Ruben Niebla, of course, Darvish's coach for the San Diego Padres, just about the right-hander's arsenal. Different pitches, the pitch designs, pitch shapes, velocities, arm angles. I mean, he really is an artist. Two freezes him.
Good talk for you. Good start. Arsenal over the years, going back between 2016 and 2022. Look at the difference in the cutter increase mainly. The four-seamer, slight decrease. And then the sinker is put aside a little bit more. Nonetheless, premier arm, strike thrower. Niebla is a case that he's got his arm, I mean, his hands full with guys, and he is an excellent teacher, communicator, almost like a counselor too.
Gives the guys great energy.
Kind of understated. Here's how nasty this man can be.
Buh. Buh. 101 on David Fletcher. And Fletcher, 1 hopper to Murakami. Long throw. And he makes it for the second out.
When we talk about Arsenal repertoire, so many pitches, angles, velocities, but one thing that Yu Darvish does is that he'll go to an opponent, go to a team, and they go, hey, how do you hold your changeup? Let me see. You'll throw it in the bullpen and bring the same thing to the game the next time out. And Shohei Ohtani has a tendency to bring pitches out when discussing with somebody. Also during a game, like his cutter, for example. When he arrived with the Angels, it wasn't a prominent pitch, but all of a sudden it's like he and Kurt Suzuki hit it off. Hey, let me try the cutter today. Before you know it, it took off. These guys are just premier pitchers that are never satisfied and know how to read tendencies as the years evolve and hitters take better swings or worse swings.
You know, for Darvish, I think his teammates in that clubhouse will say the pitch arsenal is one thing. What he's done in Major League Baseball and in NPB is one thing, but what he has brought to this group as a leader is quite another. There's strike one. Now 3 balls, 1 strike on the leadoff left fielder, Sal Frelick. It is Darvish who has been running point, getting the team together for dinners and outings to help build chemistry. The 3-1 grounded to short. Darvish sends the Italians down 1-2-3 in the 7th. We stretch in a 7-2 game. Welcome back to a 7-2 quarterfinal. Japan up on Italy. The winner of this game goes to Florida, the semifinals at the 2023 World Baseball Classic.
There, they will join Cuba, and along with other ball clubs, they'll have to qualify to get there. USA, Venezuela matchup coming up. Puerto Rico, Mexico also waiting. And the way things line up, pitching-wise for Samurai Japan, if they were to win tonight, with the off days needed to recoup from the time differences and so forth, well, premier, ideal for them.
Yeah, You'd be silly to think that it's just Ohtani and Darvish in this rotation.
Sorry.
It is relentless. You still have two more phenoms, Roki Sasaki and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. And again, it's not just those four. The entire pitching staff.
Then you throw Togo, you throw Miyagi in there.
Yeah.
And you know, the piggybacking idea going forward will be perfect for them.
1-2, fought foul by Yoshida.
Steven, that's why I like bringing in Darvish today. There's so many things we've got to keep in mind as a pitching coach. Is Masato Yoshii, former pitcher himself, knows guys need to get ready. Got to keep getting stretched out. Sometimes you got to forget about matchups and know that those premier arms that you have do need to work to stay sharp.
Yoshii had a nice conversation pre-game with Mike Piazza. Those two go back a number of years. Now competitors.
Bobby Valentine.
Bobby V is here. That ball is crushed. Masataka Yoshida with a sensational tournament.
Not only has he shown the ability to spray the ball around and be clutch, gave you a tough at bat, but yes, he missed a spot, and he will hit it a long ways as he just did against a left-handed pitcher here. The fluidity of that swing. Just watch. Simple load up and charge.
First home run of the World Baseball Classic. Off the glove of the left fielder, Frelick. Murakami will take advantage and stand up at second base. Frelick overran it, running to his left.
Ball's hit so hard off the bat, and the carry is everything here. That ball's not hit by a slap hitter. It's hit by a big man who is able to put everything behind it. Push it out and get the slice off the left-handed bat to play against Frelick here. Two great passes at the baseball by Murakami last two at-bats.
Scored a double, 2 in a row, both left of center field. So that swing starting to settle in.
And again, one spot he's been looking in, but he's been missing. Now he's looking there and not missing. Over the plate and outside.
Now Okamoto. Walked in the second. Homered in the third. And then doubled in the fifth.
Just a bunch of hitters, 1 through 9, that don't have a pattern as to where they hit the baseball or what they hit.
He intentionally walked to get to one of the best hitters in NPB, Shugo Maki. Understand, first base open.
By the way, in his offensive barrage that we're seeing, let's not forget about Shohei Ohtani bunting for a base hit, which he did back in the third inning, though they scored 4 runs.
That will do it for Marciano. 2 on for Japan in the 7th. Nobody out. Marciano departs for Italy. Festa enters. Matt Festa, the Seattle Mariners. Italy in a spot where he needs something on the ground, just limit the hard contact. So you're bringing a guy ranked in the 94th percentile in hard hit rate against last year.
Now it's going to more than anything to try to get him a ground ball here. He does have that sinker, 92-94. The changeup and the curveball he'll bring over the top and drop 12-6.
Swing and a miss from Maki. Festa, the Staten Islander, tasked with holding Japan to just the one here in the 7th. A tall task, first and second, still nobody out. And Maki down the line, right field, tailing toward the Excite seats, but it stays in play. Tagging up is Murakami. He moves up to third base.
Infield playing in.
Festa, a pitch away. Genda bunts it foul.
There's Kuriyami. Manager going for the safety squeeze.
Four-time All-Star in 6 NPB seasons is Sosuke Genda. Jumps out of the way. Murakami is going based on his last 2 plate appearances. And that could spell more trouble for opponents of Samurai Japan should they hold serve here and move on. 1-2.
And Murakami dropped to the 5 spot tonight. It's one of those guys that you got to be careful not to disturb him too much on the mental side, and don't drop him like 4 to 6 or 7 because that he may not respond very well to that.
Just inside. 2-2. Last year with the Mariners, Festa pitched 54 innings, struck out 64. 4.17 ERA, a 1.13 WHIP. 2-2 is sent foul. Festa underwent Tommy John surgery in the spring of 2020, about 3 years ago. Returned to action in August of 2021. Fights it to right field and tacks on another.
There's just no letting up. Genda getting on top of this one. Tagging on some runs. Never enough All the respect they show the opponents. Consider that there's an intent on a safety squeeze early in the at-bat. That's saying we need more runs.
A reminder, we have seen in pool play the early termination rule. That goes away once you get to the knockout round.
Correct.
So in pool play, this would have been a walk-off scenario. If it's 10 runs after 7 innings, i.e., yep. No early termination rules here in the quarterfinals and moving forward. First and second, one out. Takuya Kai whiffs on a strike. One and two. Different than in years past, this World Baseball Classic, single elimination after you're done with pool play. The winner go home here tonight. That's a strikeout for Festa, the second out of the 7.
Festa stays with his bread and butter, which is that slider. One that he can control so well. Out of the zone.
Nootbaar tied with Kondo and Ohtani for most hits in this tournament for Japan. No extra base knocks yet. We've seen the glove in center field. Flashed the arm earlier tonight, holding a runner at third base.
Great communication skills, leadership skills in the outfield. Well respected out there in center.
Popped up, shallow right field. Dominic Fletcher will call off Mastrobuoni, and that'll do it for the 7th inning. 2 more for Japan, a 7-run lead. Defensive changes for Hideki Kuriyama. In left for Yoshida is Taisei Makihara, king of jokers, such a versatile piece on this roster. He's now in left field. And then Tatsuro Yamada will enter at second base for Shugo Maki. Yu Darvish still has the ball on the bump for Japan. Up 7. Italy down to its last 6 outs. Against Darvish, you have Lopez, Fletcher, and Sullivan. Strike 1.
Darvish a nice 1-2-3 inning, retiring the bottom of the order into the top. His first inning of work, 14 pitches with 8 strikes and an assortment of pitches thrown for a strike.
Lopez has been aboard twice tonight. Followed up a first inning ground out with a single in the 4th. Was hit by a pitch in the 5th. Still batting .500. Mike Piazza put it to us, we're not hitting home runs, don't have one yet in the tournament, but we're playing Pepper. And Nicky Lopez been at the forefront, at the dish, and at short.
And Piazza seems so encouraged just by what they have created so far here. What they have to overcome in Taiwan to get here. Yeah. And just the guys in the clubhouse and travel, and very challenging travel when they left Phoenix. Guys were on different flights because of cancellations. Right. I mean, it was not just them, but Team Netherlands went through the same thing. So nobody complained. They just showed up and played the game.
I tried to turn it into a positive, bonded together. during the delays. Try and strengthen the foundation for Italian baseball moving forward. As Nicky Lopez puts one on the line right at Kondo. One down in the 8th. You know, to get back to what we were discussing earlier with Yu Darvish, his leadership, I think the perfect teammate to tell that story is Yuki Uragawa. At 24 years old, this was his first national team camp a month ago. And he said very openly, everyone's nice, but I'm not the type of person that can initiate conversations, so I'm struggling to integrate to the team so far. So what did Yu Darvish do? Along with all the other pitchers, they got together and took a picture and put Uragawa right in the center. You're a part of us. And Darvish said that he believes Uragawa was very happy about it. But those are the types of things, and in addition to the team dinners, that the veteran righty has been doing.
I mean, what hasn't Darvish accomplished at the big league level or here? Over 3,000 punch-outs combined. Talking about the Ichiro version of hits combined, right?
He was the pitcher that inspired Roki Sasaki and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. They watched him close it out in 2009.
He was the one who inspired one Shohei Ohtani himself. Even the number that Ohtani wore here was because of Yu Darvish.
Dominic Fletcher hits it well, left center field, carrying back toward the wall. And that ball is gone. Dominic Fletcher with Italy's first home run of the World Baseball Classic. Now 9-3.
Compact put together so well. And he creates great power by allowing the ball to dictate what he does. On the pull side, he uses well his hands. On the opposite field side, just the angle to the baseball. What a shot. He's saying, hey, young outfielders, don't forget about me in the big leagues. Look at the extension he gets as that ball gets right over home plate and explodes right through it with that great bat angle.
Holding up to see if they're going to have to take another look at that. For now, it looks like they'll play on. But Australia-Cuba, we saw Darryl George go to straightaway center. We thought it was a home run from our vantage point, but in front of the yellow line, so it was ruled a double. Okay, so it'll stand. Fletcher has driven in all 3 tonight for Italy. The 25-year-old in the D-backs organization making some noise in the World Baseball Classic.
And Stephen, an organization that's loaded with young outfield talent.
Yes. Brett Sullivan will keep the line moving.
Couple of pitches up in the zone. There's Dominic. He and his brother David Fletcher grew up speaking Italian at home.
My mother Fernanda grew up in Florence, speaks fluently.
And just a sweetheart of a lady. Had the opportunity to meet her over at Angel Stadium, and I could see where the personalities were infectious.
Pasquantino.
You know, for the stretchers, we were talking to David today and Dominic, and it's like, hey, first time since high school we get a chance to do this. We wear the same uniform.
Pasquantino hits it hard on the ground to second base. There's one. That's 2.
It's
just the solo home run from Fletcher. Fond memories of the World Baseball Classic for Samurai Japan, winners in 06 and 09. Marching toward a potential third championship with a win over Italy. They sew up a spot in the semis. Italy just got a home run from Dominic Fletcher. He's the Arizona Diamondback farmhand, as is Mitchell Stumpo. Right-hander scheduled to face Kondo, Otani, and Yamada. Last year with Reno, 43 1/3, 51 strikeouts, 31 walks. A tie, 2 balls, 2 strikes. D3 for life, Mitchell Stumpo. For college, 4 years after a gruesome injury in high school. And he has a strikeout of one of the tougher hitters in this tournament, Kensuke Kondo.
Well, how do you hide a pitch and make it look like it's going to be out of the zone? The way you release it, the way you finish it. Allowing it to stay in the zone a little bit longer than Kondo thought.
Cell phones out for what figures to be Shohei Ohtani's last AB in a Samurai Japan uniform in 2023. Again, what I say earlier, Jose Mota, most memeable superstar in sports.
This is why.
Fire up the meme machine. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that's a face of respect, acknowledging the filth that came from Stumpo.
Who was that?
Stumpo strikes out Ohtani swinging.
He can only say, goodness, what was that? Not very often you see Shohei do this.
Look at his face.
Yeah, he does strike out, but to look with this face, saying, wait a minute. Let me mumble on my way back because I had no idea what happened that at bat. His teammates have also a laugh with him.
So it was either Stumpo's nastiness or another Newt bomb was dropped, but I think it was the former. Tatsuro Yamada entered the game as a defensive replacement or substitution of Masataka Yoshida. In the last half inning, he's batting now. Two balls, 2 strikes. Yamada 2 for 9 in the tourney so far. He's driven in a pair, walked twice, struck out 3 times. Is a stolen base. Mitchell Stumpo Already a D3 legend. An Italian World Baseball Classic legend. He strikes out the side in the 8th inning. Italy has 3 outs left, down 6.
9-3, Team Japan, top of the 9th inning as Taisei Ota makes his way to the mound. He's got the stuff, the arm angle, and the variety, as we mentioned, between Ota, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and Natsuki Yuasa. You look at these arm angles. Now, let's overlay all these.
Yes.
And that's why they're so hard to get accustomed to. And in this type of scenario and situation, get used to it because they're coming at you.
Eat your heart out, Rob Freeman. Alex Fast. The overlays. Yuhei Nakamura now catching for Japan, replacing Takuya Kai. Mastrobuoni, Friscia, and DeLuzio. Last licks for Italy to keep its World Baseball Classic dream alive. They fought to the end in Pool A and climbed out of the chaos. Goodness, what Tyler Maun, Ryan Rowland-Smith, and the crew out there had to deal with. The electricity, also a complicated scenario with all 5 teams at 2-2, but Italy clutch, knocking off the Kingdom of the Netherlands in the last game and scoring enough runs to satisfy the quotient to earn a top 2 spot. This is a building block tournament for Mike Piazza in Italian baseball. That's how they approached it, and that's what they've done. Fouled away by Miles. His brother Marcus appears in front of him. Here, part of the Italian baseball team in the bullpen, catching. And their cousin, Emily, a part of our incredible crew here on site. So a really cool moment for the Mastrobuoni family. From coast to coast in the United States and for their roots in Italy with Miles, Marcus, and Emily.
Sure, not easy for Emily and for the rest of the family, but boy, talk about a super crew. She is a big part of that for us.
And Mastrobuoni almost had an opposite field 3-run homer off Shohei Ohtani earlier.
So close, so close to change the entire game.
Yes, yes. Caught at the wall by Masataka Yoshida as he collided with the wall. Really a jaw-dropping play. Would have been a massive momentum swinger, to say the least.
Isn't that what we say? The world is big, but it's really so small.
And Mastrobuoni doesn't want things to end yet. A leadoff base hit for the second baseman.
Make that family proud. He is staying on the baseball. Gets to a high pitch. Against a very tough pitcher. Says, I'm not done. For Mike Piazza and his team.
You see him, come on.
There's all that fight that they showed throughout the first pass through Pool A, but the message that prevails is there's more for Italian baseball than what we're showing so far. And, you know, we talk about youth baseball with all these delegations in countries. And Mike's talking about propelling young players become better by perhaps even cross it over to the U.S. and play college baseball and bring that back to Italy.
Mike Piazza calling upon Alberto Mineo. One of the Italian-born players on this Team Italy roster. And this group wants to get more youngsters playing baseball back in Italy. As Alberto did. That's to center field. That gets down. Back-to-back base hits for Italy to start the 9th inning.
There you go. Get your chance and show the world and show your home country and your teammates what you came here for. I think, you know, so when we spoke with Mike today, Piazza, he mentioned the importance of him having the guys born in Italy to be a part of this and experience this.
Did not want to rely fully on just players using the World Baseball Classic rules with regards to their heritage. He wanted players born and bred. So, first 2 aboard against Taisei Ota. First pitch to DeLuzio. Nakamura is underneath it. Runners stay where they're at. Mentioning that crew, John Sulcer, our amazing producer. He and Christian Roberts, our director. Courtney Thompson, our technical director. Tim Fryer, our tape producer, and the animal back there. Taj, the legendary tech manager. He's basically Beyonce because he only goes by one name. Mika Ito, our production manager. Greg Norquist, Taichi Ohara, our researchers and statistician. As David Fletcher will dig in with 2 aboard. And 1 out in the 9th.
Expect this Fletcher to put the ball in play, as his brother has done so well here throughout the night.
Strike 1. Ota, 23 years old, pitching in front of his home fans. The Yomiuri Giants here in the Tokyo Dome. He's the 2022 Central League Rookie of the Year, tied a rookie saves record. And the Italians making him work. Yamada makes a tough play. The runners do advance, but 2 down now. Getting back to our crew. Jordan Rabimbus, Yuko Kobayashi, Yoichi Shimizu, Shuji Miyazaki, our EBS operators, giving you looks like this. Racking it back. Emily Mastroboni mentioned her, along with Nate Dogg, Nate Daggett, Susan McCormick. The second to none graphics crew, Tetsu Sato. In audio, Kenji Furuya, Haruka Ishii, Shingo Imamura, Kunio Eguchi, Yuki Akahane. I mean, run out of time because there are so many names. This crew is simply amazing, and so we're so fortunate to be amongst them, professionals, MVPs behind the scenes.
Be in this venue and experience their expertise to make things better for all of us and to take care of this production. But our sincere thanks. We're so grateful for what they do behind the scenes.
Japan a strike away. stays unbeaten. They're headed back to the semifinals at the World Baseball Classic. The only country to make it to the semis in every installment of the tournament.
The top of the class shows its true class. It is pretty much like a well-synchronized orchestra. I mean, they utilize every single instrument, hit every key to dominate on the baseball diamond, and proudly here at home present to their fans a spectacular show, which really shows the ability, the depth, and the talent here for Samurai Japan, led by a simple, humble man in Hideki Kuriyama, experienced manager who, with his leadership and certainly faith with his players, gained the respect and got the most out of every single one of them when it really counted.
No heads hanging in the Italian dugout. Of course, disappointed that their World Baseball Classic journey in 2023 has come to a close, but much to be proud of and much to build on. And the salute from Japan. Locking up a spot in the semifinals in Miami. They will hop on a charter flight and fight the jet lag that awaits them in Florida. It's for real, especially going back. So they're going to have to navigate that. They'll have the off days to recover and get ready. Shohei Ohtani, his return to his home country, his return to the Japanese senior national team. And here at home, he helped carry the burden and carry a team to the Final Four. Japan holds off Italy 9-3 in the quarterfinals. So that's going to do it for us, for Jose Mota and the rest of our incredible crew. I'm Steven Nelson. It has been the honor of a lifetime to watch the action in Tokyo. We'll see you in Miami at the semis, the World Baseball Classic.